Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of I Feel Pretty. So instead of Amy Schumer hitting her head really hard and waking up thinking she's hot, you know what would be a really good concept? Amy Schumer hitting her head really hard and waking up actually funny. Okay, but seriously, I don't find Amy Schumer funny. I've never really been a fan of her comedy, and I'm not a fan of hers. I never have understood her appeal, and thus I wasn't really excited for I Feel Pretty. It seemed like more of the same from Amy Schumer. But then I remember back to Trainwreck, which actually was a nice surprise. I enjoyed Trainwreck. It seemed much more in line with mainstream comedy and a lot less in line with Schumer's brand of comedy. Yeah, but no, this one is not good. But let's go ahead and talk about the positives that actually are here in this film. The big positive is the takeaway message. That final speech and the final message, the overall arcing message of what this film is supposed to stand for, is very positive, and it's one that not only women need to hear, but I think just everybody should be hearing, is that you are worthy as you are. See the inner good within yourself and let that shine through to the outside world. It is enough and it is worth it. So that's a message I certainly need to hear myself, but I think it's just a positive message, period. And it's not all about feeling pretty, it's just about feeling worthy. I also think Michelle Williams was really fun. She was my favorite character to be around, just because her personification of this character was so ridiculous, but still so good. And I don't know that Michelle Williams has ever looked better than she did in this film. But just flat out, I thought she was funny, I thought her character was fun, and it was really nice to see Michelle doing a more lighthearted type of character again. And we actually did have a lot of nice side characters, and they really enhanced the overall experience. So it was the periphery characters that added in some comedic times, added in some enjoyment to watching the film. But other than that, I think this is overall just kind of a swing and a miss. And it starts off with Amy Schumer herself. So Amy Schumer does get some good giggles here. She has some moments where you're kind of laughing a little bit with her. I will say, for a comedy, I didn't laugh almost at all. There are chuckles maybe a couple of times throughout the film, but really they are few and far between. So Amy Schumer doesn't really hit on big laughs all that often. I guess maybe if you're more into her style of comedy, you'll find more to enjoy here, but for me, it's just not funny. But what's even almost more unforgivable is that for a film that is supposed to celebrate body positivity and just self-empowerment in general, being confident within your skin and who you are as a person, this film laughs at Amy Schumer's character a lot more than we're laughing with her. This film plays it off as, look at this ugly, fat girl who thinks she's hotter than she actually is. And all of the characters in the film, they may learn a thing or two from her through the whole experience because they have to interact with somebody maybe they wouldn't otherwise. But ultimately, she's the butt of a lot of jokes here. And it comes across as laughing at this person instead of feeling empowered with this person. And in that, at the beginning of this film, it's just so over the top in trying to set up Amy Schumer's character as this, like, monster. They make it seem like she's so fat that she breaks chairs, and she's so ugly that babies cry at the sight of her. I mean, it's just so over the top in how heinous looking supposedly Amy Schumer is, and it's like, she dresses really nice a lot of the times at the beginning. Her outfits are really well put together. Her hair looks nice. She looks nice quite frequently at the beginning. So it just was a little much to say, okay, if you look like this, the world treats you like this. Even if you feel like that, the world I don't know that they really treat you as if you're some ogre. But again, maybe that's more her perception of how the world treats her. I don't know, but actual real life physical things like her breaking chairs happen. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when we do get into, the whole magic of it all and her basically being delirious and delusional, she's not really a likable person. I mean, she really is just delusional, and the way she speaks to other people is ridiculous, and she's just not a likable protagonist in this. And I think maybe that's part of why everything is laughing at her, because she immediately starts treating people differently and starts treating them like a jackass. So you're like, oh, okay, well. And it does get amplified as we move through to a really ridiculous level. But I would say right off the bat, right from the beginning, she acts like an idiot. And then our epiphany at the end didn't really sink in as I think it should have. When we get to that moment, the aha moment of self-realization with our main character, it kind of just is like, okay, you get it. And we are just kind of here seeing you get it. I mean, it didn't really feel all that believable. It wasn't as big of an impact moment as I think it should have been. Thus, the message is there and it's kind of conveyed, but it doesn't have that big impact message moment that I think the filmmakers thought it was having. And part of that is aided by the fact that this falls into every single trope in this type of feel-good movie. We go beat by beat, character arc by character arc, and then all of our characters are hollow. They're all caricatures, and they're all stand-ins in movies we've seen just like this, over and over and over again. But the problem is, nothing is done exceptionally well. Nothing is done to where you're like, okay, I've seen this before, but they're doing it to such a degree that I don't care that I know how it's all going to play out. No, it all feels tired, it all feels played out, and it's all executed at a pretty subpar level. So if you are an Amy Schumer fan, maybe give this a matinee. I think maybe you'll find things to laugh here. I don't know. I can't speak for you because I'm not. And being somebody who came in at best neutral, this just bored me and elicited more eye rolls than it did laughs. So if you watched those trailers and had a negative reaction to them, skip this movie. This film delivers exactly what those trailers promise. And in my opinion, that ended up being a very misguided film that just isn't very good. So, that is my review of I Feel Pretty. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see I Feel Pretty? And what is your favorite film that deals with body confidence, that deals with self-worth in somewhat of a comedic manner? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!